Good evening. I'm Dave Mitchell. I'm the EMS Chief for the Arvada Fire Protection District. It's a pleasure to be up here to recognize the members of our organization for the effort that they put in every day to save lives and bring order to chaos in other people's existence. Last year, we encountered more than 14,000 individuals in the course of our duties, and the district transported approximately 8,500 of them to area hospitals. Each one of them, regardless of the acuity of their emergency, benefited from the hours and hours of training, the dedication and the experience of the men and women that responded to their calls for help. Every day, I'm honored to come to work and do my small part in helping to prepare the organization's members to fulfill the Arvada Fire mission. It's an incredible collection of people with a common unifying objective: to preserve life, property, and the environment. The district has been awarding the Phoenix Award for 5 years now, but for those of you that are new to the organization or are otherwise not familiar, here's a little background information. In Greek mythology, a phoenix is a bird-like creature that could be regenerated or reborn from the ashes of its predecessor. The Phoenix Award is presented to agency members that through their intervention help to provide a patient with a chance at life after coming to the brink and crossing over towards death. In order to qualify for the Phoenix Award, CPR and/or cardiac defibrillation must have been delivered in the field, and the patient must have survived to be discharged from the hospital with no lasting deficit. Being able to continue on living a fruitful, meaningful existence is the true definition of a life saved. It is extremely rare to survive such an ordeal, and rarer still to do so without any deficits. This year, we're grateful to have had 16 qualifying incidents. This represents the most qualifying incidents since the inception of the program. I think it's important to recognize these successes amidst the turmoil that our members have faced for the last year. These moments of brightness and light are worthy of clinging to and celebrating after what has been a very difficult year filled with illness, death, and other darkness. They serve to remind us of what is possible each time we attempt to save a life, and encourage us to put on the PPE every day and approach each of these calls for service as an opportunity. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Jeff Beckman, the district's medical director, to say a few words.
All right, thank you, Chief Mitchell, and just want to echo some of those comments on what an incredible year 2020 was in terms of the unprecedented challenges that we all faced. Not only the way that we approach patients with our PPE, but the fact that many folks really did not seek medical care and were in the extreme endpoint of their disease process before calling 911. So going into these calls, we were essentially behind the 8 ball. And what we saw is not only just a record number of cardiac arrests, but also a record number of survivability, and also a record number of the percentage of times we got back return to spontaneous circulation. So really just speaks to the incredible work that all of you did as clinicians for treating these patients and giving them all the best chance of survival. And really incredible in these unprecedented times, and something that I haven't seen in 20 years in my career and hopefully won't see again. And want to thank each and every one of you for the dedication, the care to all of our patients, and the truly just remarkable clinical care that you delivered to our district. And thank you all for that. And moving forward, we get to now announce the specific awards that I'll have Chief Mitchell start.
All right, without further ado, we will list each incident separately and acknowledge the men and women of Arvada Fire that have earned a Phoenix Award in each instance. January 3rd, 2020, a 57-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Firefighter Todd Pikerich, Lieutenant Dan Noble, Paramedic Thomas Lyons, Firefighter Bob Ugert, EMS Captain Robert Putfark, and Engineer Jared Acker.
On May 14th, 2020, in response to a 70-year-old with cardiac arrest, we get to recognize Paramedic Jason Martinez, Firefighter Mark Siddell, Firefighter Elliot Netzer, Firefighter Josh Wilson, Firefighter Scott Long, Lieutenant Ian Matisse, and EMS Captain Vic Staley.
On June 18th, 2020, a 24-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Paramedic Joe Hemelt, Paramedic Daniel Patrick, Lieutenant Brooke Elder, Lieutenant Eric Berger, and paramedic Patrick Jungles.
On August 22nd, there was a 27-year-old female in cardiac arrest. We have paramedic Cody Allen, firefighter Ryan Miller, paramedic Arthur Bruck, Lieutenant Travis Fox, firefighter Ben Ackerman, and firefighter Curtis Arms.
On June 9th, 2020, a 65-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Firefighter Jim Reichard, EMS Captain Vic Staley, paramedic Emily Jury, paramedic Joe Hemelt, firefighter John Maurer, Captain Mike Culp, and firefighter James Daw.
On October 23rd, in response to a 70-year-old male in cardiac arrest, we have paramedic Steve Johnson, firefighter Elliot Netzer, and West Metro E17.
On November 8th, 2020, a 36-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Paramedic Arthur Bruck, firefighter Jeremy Roberts, paramedic Bo Cannell, paramedic Emily Mudick, firefighter Curtis Harms, and Lieutenant Eric Berger.
On December 17th, in response to a 57-year-old female in cardiac arrest, we have paramedic Josh Shire, firefighter Zach Rubenking, paramedic Todd Hobler, firefighter Don Lindsay, Lieutenant Tim McChesney, and firefighter Tracy Amon.
On January 11th, 2020, a 92-year-old female with chest pain and cardiac arrest, paramedic Joseph Blackwell, firefighter Robert Whittam, firefighter Daryl Barber, paramedic Sterling Wise, firefighter Ben Hamilton, paramedic Mike Roludi, and Captain Todd Hill.
On May 3rd, in response to a 39-year-old male in cardiac arrest, we get to recognize paramedic James Knowles, firefighter Jacob Eldridge, firefighter Troy Revald, engineer Ryan Weir, paramedic James Reinhart, and Lieutenant Nick Quintana.
On October 19th, 2020, a 68-year-old male in cardiac arrest. Paramedic Eric Sunseth, firefighter Alito Pierluisi, firefighter Phil Stover, paramedic Frank Leonardo, firefighter Seth Smith, and Lieutenant Travis Fox.
On November 9th, in response to a 66-year-old female, we have paramedic Arthur Brook, firefighter Jeremy Roberts, firefighter Jeremy Kesterson, Lieutenant John Campbell, firefighter Ben Hamilton, and firefighter Jim Basante.
December 25th, 2020, a 31-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Lieutenant John Campbell, firefighter Gabe Katz, firefighter Matt Van Ersveld, paramedic Nate Gerard, firefighter Rob Kvidic, and paramedic Matthew Arcey.
On December 13th, 2020, in response to a 70-year-old female in cardiac arrest, we have paramedic Sire Roan, firefighter Travis Cadote, Lieutenant Tyler Beck, paramedic Joseph Blackwell, paramedic Steve Johnson, and firefighter Mark Siddell.
On November 16th of 2020, a 58-year-old male in cardiac arrest. Paramedic Sean Quinn, firefighter Elliot Netzer, Captain Vic Staley, paramedic Brennan Kelly, firefighter Todd Pikerich, Captain Robert Putfark, and firefighter Tim Couts.
And certainly last but not least, on December 22nd, 2020, we ran on a 97-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Very, very remarkable to give this patient a chance at life again. Paramedic Joe Hemelt, firefighter Elliot Netzer, Lieutenant Brooke Elder, firefighter Todd Pikerich, firefighter Aaron Petner, and EMS Captain Vic Staley.
So, in years previous, we've had all the recipients of this award up on stage behind us. And it's hard to not have everybody in the room with us today because that's my favorite part, to look everybody in the eye, shake their hand, and congratulate them on a job truly well done. And so rest assured I'll be getting out to stations to meet you and see you and give you your challenge coin, your Phoenix Award, and thank you there for a job very well done. I'm struck by the number of recipients, the amount of team effort and coordination required to save a life. From the moment the phone rings throughout the treatment and transport, the men and women of Arvada Fire are focused on the one patient in front of them Nowhere else in the healthcare system does a patient get that much dedicated attention. And I am just truly thankful for the effort that you put in every single day. On behalf of Captain Putfark, Captain Staley, and Dr. Beckman, I'd like to thank and congratulate all the Phoenix Award recipients one more time. Here's to this year's Phoenix Award recipients and to a brighter 2021.